Did you know that Jesus is the only path to becoming the image of God? Why was man created in the beginning? Genesis 1:26, Then God said, Let us make man in our image, after our likeness. God's agenda for man has always been one: to make man in his own image and likeness. What is God's image and likeness? This simply refers to God's character and divine essence. What does this mean for man? This gives man the access to the innate abilities and capacity that God has. You are a replica of who God is. How come man is not able to live like a god, and acts like a defeated being? Man is a three-part being with a spirit, a soul and a body. If man has to be in the image and likeness of God, this has to be experienced in all the three facets of man. God began the process with Adam, but could not complete it, because the devil interfered and the process was aborted. God then decided to use Jesus Christ to complete this process of fully converting man to be in his image and likeness. The first step would involve converting your spirit to be like God's Spirit. This is done at the point of salvation. When you receive the Holy Spirit, your spirit is justified before God. You become one spirit with God's Spirit. 1 Corinthians 6:17, But whoever is united with the Lord is one with him in spirit. After your spirit is converted to be one with God's Spirit, you become a new creature as stated in 2 Corinthians 5:17. Your spirit has been converted but your soul and body haven't yet. Since the soul is made up of your mind, will and emotions, Jesus had to model for us how to become the image of God in our souls. Colossians 3:2-3, Set your minds on things above, not on earthly things. For you died, and your life is now hidden with Christ in God. What does this mean by setting our minds on things above? Philippians 4:8, Finally, brothers, whatever is true, whatever is honorable, whatever is just, whatever is pure, whatever is lovely, whatever is commendable, if there is any excellence, if there is anything worthy of praise, think about these things. The above verse explains the definition of what the things above are. Every good virtue that is in this world comes from God. God is the originator of all good virtues, and these virtues are eternal in nature. Things like love, peace, joy, patience and so on. Thinking on these things means that you are accessing them through the channel of meditation, and patterning your soul to take on the likeness of the soul of God. Leviticus 26:11, Moreover, I will make my dwelling among you, and my soul will not reject you. This means God has a soul. Therefore, by constantly meditating on the things above, you are acquainting your soul with his soul, and over time you will become it. For as a man thinketh in his heart, so is he. This means that we would have acquired the likeness of God in our spirit and in our soul, but not yet in our body. How do we acquire the image and likeness of God in our body? Romans 12:1, Therefore I urge you, brothers and sisters, by the mercies of God, to present your bodies as a living and holy sacrifice, acceptable to God, which is your spiritual service of worship. What does this mean? Your body was not given for the purposes that you have been deceived to think. Your body was given to you as an expression channel for your spirit. That's why the devil has deceived man to misuse the body. When you defile your body, you defile God's temple, and his spirit is limited on how he can use that body. So what is a living sacrifice? This is living consciously, aware of sinning with your body and against your body. Once you defile your body, then the Spirit of God cannot express himself through it. Sexual sin is the biggest sin against our bodies. In fact, it is the only sin that we commit against our bodies, as explained in 1 Corinthians 6:18. Flee from sexual immorality. Every other sin a person commits is outside the body, but whoever sins sexually, sins against their own body. Your spirit, soul and body are all independent parts of man, that are supposed to bear the image and likeness of God in order for us to be in our eternal purposes. Christ just came to model the practicality of what it means to be the image and likeness of God, while here in earth. That's why the only path to the Father is through Christ. He is the complete embodiment of the image and likeness of the Father,